Hi, I'm Marina Fogle.
And I'm Dr. Chiara Hunt.
We're the founders of the Bump Class and the authors of the Bump Class, An Expert Guide to Pregnancy, Birth and Beyond. We talk about all aspects of pregnancy in our book and how to prepare for it. And a lot of people talk a lot about a birth plan. They spend a lot of time thinking about what kind of birth they'd like to have. Now, we don't believe that birth plan is necessarily the right name for it, because it suggests that if your birth doesn't go to plan, that you've somehow failed, and we're very against any perception of failure in birth.
I don't think you can pass or fail your labour.
Yes. Instead, we like to call it a birth preference, because I think that terminology allows for the fact that in an ideal world this is what you'd like, but actually the most important thing is your safety and your baby's safety. And so I think a preference is a much better term for what we're talking about.
I often tell my patients and also the girls in the bump class that, rather than feeling disappointed that they might have needed some sort of intervention in their birth, they should feel grateful and thankful that they have been able to deliver their babies in a country, in a hospital where all this medical expertise is available to them. And I assure you that all doctors would be delighted if they never had to intervene or interfere in birth, but that's just not the reality of it. In a straightforward birth, a midwife is absolutely the best person to be delivering the baby, but the reality is that 1 in 8 women will need some sort of intervention, and we're lucky that we've got the expertise here.
So it's because of that both on the classes and in the book, we prepare women for all sorts of different types of birth scenarios, because we feel that if you've prepared someone for that, the women are much more likely to enjoy their birth experience, whatever happens. And I think this was really nicely illustrated by an email we got from a girl who'd done the bump class, who said, "I was devastated to find out I'd need a cesarean after so many hours of labour, but you were absolutely correct. It is no less magical. An emergency cesarean was the last thing on my mind, seeing as I booked into the birth centre. So I'm truly grateful that you gave it the time of day during our classes, and it made the experience far less harrowing." And I think that's a really, really important thing to take. Do have a good read of not only the natural birth chapters, but also the chapters on medical intervention, so that you can understand a little bit about it and enjoy that moment your baby's born.
Yeah, knowledge is power, and you being in control will make you feel a lot more comfortable.
So get started writing your birth preference and enjoy your labour.